Yo, yo, what's going on, guys? How are you doing on this Thursday morning? Hopefully your day is off to a good little start. Hey, appreciate you guys finding some time to kick back, talk some sports betting, maybe have some breakfast along the way. Really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us here each and every single day. We'll, of course, make sure we recap yesterday, and then we'll dive on in today's MLB action. Small little slate today in the MLB, so we'll look at every single game, of course, like we do every single day, and then we'll look ahead to tomorrow, seeing how we'll have some time on today's show and see what kind of look-ahead spots we can identify for Friday's MLB slate. Throwing up that recap, we went 3-3 yesterday, and lots of times when you go 3-3 or 500, more likely, you're going to be juiced out a little bit, and that's what we were. We were just juiced out at 0.2 units. Still positive on the week, very much so positive on the week. Made a little bit of arbitrage money. And MLB year-to-date, even though we lost money overall, we went 3-2 in the MLB, so we picked up some money just in terms of our MLB record. So we're knocking on the door of being at 20 units on the MLB season, so doing really good there. Leverkusen in the double chance at under 3.5. We certainly got the under 3.5, but Leverkusen on the double chance had no chance in hell. They fall down 2-0 at halftime, and then they lose the game 3-0 overall. You got to give Atalanta credit. They certainly deserve that result. That being said, I just feel just feel bad for Leverkusen. Thought they had a real chance to obviously go undefeated. They have a game this weekend in the Pokal tournament, in the final in that, but it's against a Bundesliga 2 side. So if they were able to at least avoid defeat and get that game in extra time, you would have seen them more than likely complete an undefeated season. I was kind of rooting for that, to be quite frankly. But it wasn't meant to be. Again, credit to Atalanta for getting the job done and lifting the trophy for the second time in their career. Then we roll in MLB again, where we did make some money. Nestor Cortes under 6.5 strikeouts. He's unable to strike out his last batter, J.P. Crawford, when he's sitting on strikeouts. But you got to give credit to the entire Seattle Mariners team, because he went 5 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, but yet they were able to run his pitch count up to 97 pitches through those 5 innings. So working long counts, fouling some pitches off, and in the end, that's what got us the win, because, with no runs being scored and only 3 hits allowed, if he's obviously got a decent pitch count, he's going out there for the 6th and maybe even possibly the 7th inning. So just kudos to that entire Mariners offense for making Nestor Cortes work his ass off and not getting deep into that game. So that was a great cash for us. Tigers on the F3 team total. That was a good plus 120 cash, so you love to see that one right there. Cole Reagans, I watched just the first 3 innings of that game. That's not the last time we're going to go ahead and get a bet on Cole Reagans. His stuff was untouchable in that game. In fact, he almost faced the minimum amount of batters, being 9, but unfortunately he walked Rogers, the catcher, and the number 9 hitter, so he saw 1 extra batter. He saw 10 batters in those 3 innings, overpowering the Tigers. He had 7 strikeouts in those first 10 batters, just blowing away the Tigers in that outing. And, of course, the Royals, because they mash left-handed pitching, they eventually go ahead and pick up the win. So good one right there. Athletics on the F5 team total, under 2.5. Cruise to a victory. You mean to tell me the team that hits 0.89 against left-handed pitching couldn't do a damn thing on the diamond? Huh. Didn't see that coming. No, didn't see that coming. Did you tail all the bets in that game? Did you tail all those bets? Give out 5 bets in that game. Best bet of the day, Athletics F5 team total under 2.5, cash nice and easily. What about Rockies on the F5 money line? Cash nice and easily. What about Rockies on the full game money line? That one cash and extra innings. What about Austin Gomber over 17.5 outs? He goes 8 strong. And what about Austin Gomber over 4.5 Ks? 5 cashes in one game, including the DraftKings up early too, where we just stay hot with that promo. So you love to see that right there. Love that game goes our way. That game went fully our way. Made up some of those other leans that didn't quite hit by hitting all 5 of those. So really good stuff right there. All right, then we got tripped up. Brewers F5 team total. They didn't do much up against Luzardo and that outing. And then the Nursey, no run in the 2nd inning. Max Kepler had to lead off the top of the 2nd inning with going with the home run. That one, though, and it's always hindsight 2020. I don't know what I'll do the next time presenting the same situation of basically the odds being the same in the 1st and the 2nd inning. We pivoted to the 2nd inning because those are the weaker batters. I'm a nerfy guy. Maybe just stay in your lane and bet the nerfy and then live with that outcome, because that's what you generally research all the time, and that's what you bet. You don't really bet nurseys. You bet nerfy. It's always hindsight 2020, right? Nerfy cashes, Nursey doesn't, so it's easy to kick yourself. But Damn it. Otherwise, man, for a while there, I was like, this game better not finish 1-0. There better be some more goddamn runs in this game. And yeah, eventually got a few more runs as the Twins win 3-2. So, all right, good day in MLB. Juiced out overall. It happens, but still sitting pretty on the week at plus 2.59 units. So you love to see that right there. What's going on this morning, boys? Hope everybody's doing well. Morning, Ryan. Morning, my man. Morning, Kyle. Picked up that Rockies money line bet last night. Yes, sir, Kyle. It's a great hit, man. It's a great hit. Winning that one extra innings. God, that's an absolutely great hit. Looking for that early too. We're going to go ahead and talk every single game. Let's go ahead and do that there, Nick. I got you covered. We're going to stay hot with that promo. I finally did get that one at around noon. I don't, normally I get them at 9. I guess DraftKings wanted to make sure I really spent all the cash I had as if I wasn't going to go back in for more. It's a $10 max bet. They gave it to me at noon instead of 9 a.m. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't have it right now. I'm looking right now. I don't have it. So I'm assuming I'm not going to get it again until noon. But whatever. As long as I get it, that's all that matters. Let's go ahead and find ourselves an early 2 candidate. Morning, Adrian. Morning, my man. I'll throw those bets up on the screen. We're just going to talk every game. We're just going to go through them, quite frankly. I think there's only 9 games or something on today's slate. So, yeah, let's just talk about it, break them down. Obviously, when I get to these 2 official bets that I've got, we'll give a little bit more explanation. And we'll do more than rapid fire. If there's something within the game, obviously, that I like, we'll go ahead and share it with you guys as well. So let's kick it off here with the first game of the day. Mariners and Yankees with an over-under of 8. Mariners coming to this one at plus 120. Yankees at minus 142. This is a series where the Yankees, quite frankly, should obviously be up 2-1. They had the 9th inning meltdown. They're the better team up and down. That being said, the Mariners offense is actually creeping up on the Yankees' heels in terms of being right there. The Yankees hit 280. Mariners hit 268. One team slugs. That's where the Yankees pull away, though, is in the slugging. But even the Mariners' weighted runs created is 126, and the Yankees is 141. You're just getting separation in the Yankees' power, and they continue to not strike out. Striking out at 19.2% compared to 27% for the Seattle Mariners. If you want to look at Luis Castillo staying under his strikeout, sure, good, do that. Obviously, don't do Luis Hill because he's got absolute elite stuff, and the Mariners strike out a lot versus right-handers, but not versus left-handers, right? Yesterday was the play to take the starting pitcher under for the Yankees, not today, and not Luis Hill. I expect him to pitch strong, him to pitch deep, but these hitting numbers, obviously I still favor the Yankees because Hill is better than Castillo, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is a spot where maybe Luis Hill, does get tripped up because the Mariners are sitting pretty comfortably as a top 10 offense right now versus right-handers. I would still just go back to the well and hit Yankees on the money line at minus 142 because you're getting the bullpen advantages, you're getting the starter advantage, and you're getting the offensive advantage. It checks all the boxes. I didn't put it on the card because, well, it's Yankees money line, and that seems to trip me up every time I bet it. But more, I didn't put it on the card. More seriously, I didn't put it on the card just because there's not that big hitting advantages that we've seen as this series started out. You had big hitting advantages, and it's just gotten tighter and tighter. So I'm not going to get there, and obviously I don't have a bet on this game at all. So I'll lay off of it. But Luis Castillo under on his strikeouts. If Yankees money line, that's the way I would go in that game as well. Giants and Pirates. I see the Giants got to extra innings last night. See the Giants win that game in extra innings. Man, tough. Well, a lot of my analysis has changed because when I looked at this game earlier, it was Mason Black, and now DraftKings is telling me it's Eric Miller. I don't know who Eric Miller is, but I know who Paul Skeens is. God, obviously phenomenal stuff. Sits at 100. I don't know if you take the under, but the Giants only strike out at 17.4%, and they draw 10.7 walks, and they hit 283 with the weighted runs created of 131 versus right-handers. This is an avenue where Paul Skeens could struggle, or the dude's just got overpowering stuff, and he just kind of does what he's done, most recently here in Wrigley, striking out, the first 7 batters. He got to 10 or 11 overall, whatever the hell it was. Let's find out who the hell Eric Miller is, because that could, maybe I have a bet in this game all of a sudden. Let's find out who the hell this guy is for a second. We'll look them up together here live and find out. Let's go to their roster. Let's find out who Eric Miller is. Eric Miller, he's a relief pitcher, so it's looking like it's going to be a bullpen day. He's a left-hander, And does he give the team any length? He doesn't give the team any length. Maybe they're going to slot Mason Black in behind him. Did something happen here to Mason Black? But yeah, this guy doesn't. You're going to see him for an inning, so his stats don't really matter. Bullpen guy for one inning. I wouldn't even waste time looking up ERA and that kind of crap. What happened to Mason Black, though? Because it'd be nice to try and predict who comes in second. A left-hand? What, do the Pirates have a lot of left-handers at the top of their lineup where they're throwing this opener and then they're going to throw Mason Black in behind him? Because you saw the Arizona Diamondbacks do that last night. They called up, I don't know what the hell his name is, so some guy from AAA just to get through Ohtani, Freeman, and as soon as the fourth hitter came up in the first inning, it was a right-handed bat and Will Smith, then they went to their announced starter of Ryan Nelson, who I could look at the Dodgers numbers and say, yeah, I guess that's why Ryan Nelson did it. Not anything I would predict because he's awful, but yeah, let's just look at the lineup here. I'm just going to go to the last game for the Pirates and they must have a lot of lefties stacked in their lineup. No, they go. Two of the top three batters are right-handers. And Brian Reynolds is a switchy, so I don't know. That makes me a little confused on what the Giants could be doing. There's no really point in looking up what the Pirates do versus left-handers because we only see this guy for one inning. They're only hitting 224. Weighted runs created is well below league average at 81. I ain't betting that game. And Paul Skeens, just the Giants just hit right-handers too well. And again, high walk rate, low strikeout rate. I'm not going to force, square peg in a round hole and try and bet Paul Skeens just because he's really enjoyable to watch. The numbers don't line up, so I'll go ahead and pass. Obviously, definitely wouldn't use Giants on the up early too because Paul Skeens is that boy's good. So just pass on that game altogether unless we Google something and know what the Giants' plan is after Eric Miller. But yeah, I have no clue what the hell they're doing. Rangers and Phillies with an over-under of 8. Rangers plus 164. Phillies minus 198. In terms of a game, like this series has played out what we said. You take the Phillies over the struggling Rangers team. You saw the Phillies win first two games. They won the first two games, both of them via the run line as well. Hell, they're covering the over. Andrew Heaney, as we know, he's not really all that good. We do have an official bet in this game. We're going to take Andrew Heaney under 5.5 strikeouts. Speaking of that, FanDuel's the only one that's got 5.5. Everybody else is at 4.5 at plus money. I originally bought 4.5 on DraftKings, and then I do my normal price shopping, and I was like, oh, well, minus 125. Like, I'll gladly take the extra strikeout. You know how umps will screw you, so get the extra strikeout at minus 125. I thought that was pretty fair. So that'll be definitely the official bet. The Phillies have nice high walk rate, 11.8%. They don't strike out, obviously, if we're going to take an under on a strikeout prop at 19.1%. Their numbers have certainly regressed. The weighted runs created is basically league average at 95. The 668 OPS. They're not doing – they've cooled off, certainly offensively, but Haney's not all that great. I really like the combination of high walk rate and then obviously you mix in with a low strikeout rate as well. It just really signals a situation here in which Heaney should struggle. If you look at the 5.5 under, it's cashed in 6 of his 9 starts. So you get a much better hit rate if you go get that 5.5 because he's had 3 games finish with 5 Ks. So if you're willing to drink a little bit of juice like I did, I think it's well worth hopping on FanDuel and grabbing that 5.5. But otherwise, a dude's got a ERA 4.4 and a whip of 1.2. I just go right back to what's worked in this series because they have the hitting advantages, they have the bullpen advantages, and Zach Wheeler's on the mound, so they certainly have the starting pitching advantage as well. Texas is down to 202 for a batting average versus right-handers. Weighted runs created is okay at 89, a tick lower than the Phillies. The Phillies do it all better. I wouldn't hop off the Phillies train. League MLB best 36-14. They're really stinking good. So give me the Phillies. I would take them on the run line because we know Zach Wheeler can absolutely deal. We know the Rangers can hit right-handers, And when you know what you're going to get with Haney, he ain't pitching deep into this game, and he's going to give up some runs. So I like Phillies on the run line at plus money, and obviously get yourself some Haney under 5.5 strikeouts as an official bet. Padres and Reds with an over-under of 9.5. Padres minus 112. Reds come into this one at minus 108. Really kicking myself for not putting Padres money line yesterday on the card. God damn, they had the offensive advantages yesterday because it was two right-handers. They certainly have those same advantages today. You're talking about a top 5 offense here in the San Diego Padres, hitting 286. They don't strike out at 14.9%. I didn't like the number Frankie Montas had with his hit rate in terms of his game log. That's why I'm not on Frankie Montas's, but similar to the Phillies, high walk rate, 11.5. They don't strike out at 14.9, and then they just really hit right-handers. So, 779 OPS, 133 weighted runs created. All their numbers look good. I'd really be only interested in backing the Padres on this one, but I don't know. Matt Waldron's just not good. His knuckleball, it's just a little too inconsistent for my liking. And if he doesn't get movement on the knuckleball, then it's just this straight, slow thing coming at you, and everybody can tee off on it. So I'm just not a fan of the knuckleball kind of guy. So I would look at maybe possibly the Padres team total. I think you could do. What is their actually? What is that F5 team total, or maybe the F7 team total? It's 2.5 and 3.5 plus money and minus 105. But the problem is, did the under hit yesterday in this? What was the score? 7-3. Nah, it probably went over. It was probably 8.5 or 9.5. Padres bullpen is humming right now. Top 3 bullpen. ERA under 2, WHIP under 1. Opponent's batting average 170. It's all better than the Reds. Reds isn't terrible. Thought we've kind of liked the under in this series, and it's 1-for-1 so far in this series. Yeah, it's Padres for me. Minus 112 with the advantages you're getting from hitting, with the advantages you do get in the bullpen. Yeah, it's Padres for me. Minus 112. Let's look up Frankie Montas one more time here, because this could be an F5 play. Hold on. He gave up 3 to the Dodgers, 4 to the Giants, 2 to the Diamondbacks. Oh yeah, then that's when he got hurt. I remember that. He got crushed by the Mariners, crushed by the Brewers. Good against the Phillies. That's a little surprising. Yeah, I'm just, as of now, just stick with the couple plays I got. I really like the couple plays I got. I'm expecting a good day, a really good day. Braves and Cubs. Anyways, Padres money line. That could be your first best play for the early up too. And let's get through all of them first. But that so far is the best one for sure. Padres. It's on the road. It's a small price at minus 112, and you're getting some killer hitting advantages. So, yeah, Padres is the play so far. But let's see if we get. Yeah, see Matt Waldron's ERA 5, WHIP 1.4. Just not good. He's on a good little roll though against the Dodgers and Braves after being tripped up by the Diamondbacks, but. Oh, he's already gone up against the Reds, and the Reds tore his ass up for 4 runs. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't like that guy. I don't like the knuckleballers. And the Reds already saw him. Did the Padres see Montas? Yeah, see, the Reds even have the little hitter of familiarity, which really plays in a knuckleball. Like, you really, if you ain't seen it, then it can trip you up. But if they just saw him a handful of starts ago, we can probably find it better early, too. Braves and Cubs with an over-under of 9, minus 105 for the Braves. Cubs coming in here at minus 115. Bullpen day for the Cubs as they're throwing Ben Brown. He's only going to go a couple, maybe 3 innings, and then you're going to turn it over to this bullpen. So that's what you're going to get from them. A Cubs bullpen, which is performing really well, sitting top 5, sitting really stinking good. So an opportunity for them to, depending on how they navigate this, they can definitely keep the Braves off balance. They're improving, but you saw even the Braves, it wasn't until that 6th or 7th inning when they got a 6th spot. That was off one reliever who gave up back-to-back homers. I mean, we've talked about the Braves and kind of how they're struggling as well. They're throwing A.J. Smith Solver, if that's how you pronounce his name. Here's the deal with this guy. Called up last year, good opening start. Then he got tripped up his next couple. Now he's been in the minors. He's struggling with the home run ball, struggling with his walks, has a 6.1 ERA and a 1.5 whip in the minors. Like, yikes. I just nothing much I can trust about that. I'm going to go, I like the Cubs more in this game because they're going to see Smith Solver for what is projected to be, a fair amount of innings, as opposed to the Cubs doing potentially, after Ben Brown, then just rolling through a bunch of 1, maybe 2 inning guys. I kind of like the Cubs in this matchup, minus 115. But you just don't know what you're going to get out of this AJ guy. He's got some ugly numbers in the minors. Let me tell you, they're ugly, absolutely ugly. So, that one makes it tough with the Cubs going bullpen, good bullpen. I'll go Cubs money line minus 115. Cubs money line. Are either team? The Cubs just can't hit the ball. 194. God, there's a reason they're just struggling. I think they got swept in the series before the Cubs. They've not doing well in this series against the Braves because they can't hit shit. They can't hit anything. At least they're not striking out a ton, but not at a point where you would take an under at 26%. Braves are striking out at 25%, so you wouldn't. Well, they're not going to give you a strikeout prop for Ben Brown, I assume. He's only going 2 innings, right? They're not giving you a prop on his ass. Wow, they're going to give you 3.5 for a guy that's only probably going to go 2-3 innings? Huh? They're going to give you under 3.5 at plus money. Really? Hold on. He's got 2 innings, 3 strikes, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. Just saw the Braves, because remember, these two teams just played in Atlanta. Now, if he goes a little bit deeper in the game, then he's got 6 and 5, but he almost went 4 and 5 innings. Another outing where he almost went 4 innings and got 4 strikeouts. Another outing where he went 2 and only got 3. So, depends on what the Cubs are going to do here. He's only pitched in his last couple outings 42 pitches and 28 pitches, so that doesn't, even a bump up would get him to around 60. The Braves, I thought they had a pretty decent walk rate at 7.1. That under 3.5. Shit, at plus 130? I wish the Braves weren't striking out. That 25.7, like, I don't take unders unless it's 20% and under. That 25 and it could literally go either way. Their numbers are coming up. Hitting 248, 736 OPS with a 107 weighted runs created. They're damn near league average now. Which when we talked about this series on Monday against the Padres, remember that doubleheader, and even Tuesday against the Cubs, they were down. They were down. They've come up. That under 3.5. I'm gonna put that in my bet slip. That's gonna be a personal bet at least. May make the card. It's going to be good weather today in Chicago. Man, we just saw him 2 starts ago, and he only got 3 Ks. He gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 28 pitches. They did not let him go long. I wonder why they didn't let him go long. He threw 28 pitches. I'm going to see if that's the best price. Give me a second. Hold on. It's an interesting one. That's I'm quite shocked we're even getting the prop on a guy that's going to go 2, maybe 3 innings. I got plus 130 on Bet Rivers, plus 130 on DraftKings, and that's it. So I would say FanDuel's correct and probably not even offering it. I wouldn't offer a prop on a guy that you don't even know how long he's going to go. Oh, they do have it. Just odds trader is stupid. Plus 138. That's getting a unit of my cash. Whether or not it makes the card, I don't know, but that's getting a unit of my cash. God, if we could really dig in some information and find out if he's going more than 2 innings. Where did the Pirates strike out? He got 3 strikeouts last outing against the Pirates. And they strike out at 28.2%. Braves are at 25.3%. All right, come back to that one. I'll lean, I don't know. Tough one with this guy in the minors and this bullpen day for the Cubs. Tough. That's tough. The best bet is Ben Brown under 3.5 Ks at plus 138 on FanDuel if you want to take a stab. That's the best bet. Let's go on to the Rockies and Athletics with an over-under of 7.5. Minus 102 for the Rockies. Athletics minus 118. Okay, you don't get the big hitting advantages. Ryan Feltner's a right-hander, but God, how sweet was those cashes yesterday? Athletics, I can't hit left-handers. I'm sorry, Adrian. I know you're an A's fan, but that was a spot where you just unload against your boys and sit back and count the money and then cry about their shit performance later. I mean, the Rockies still have the hitting numbers. This is the early two so far. I would come off of the Padres and, yeah, go right back to the Rockies. They're still doing great versus right-handers. Joey Estes, his ERA is about 10.5 with an ERA of 38. All joking numbers. His ERA is 9.3 with a 1.6 whip. His opponent's batting average is only 286. Like, you should get the shit beat out of him. This Rockies team that hums along. Yeah, unless we find a better game, Rockies early too. You can sign me up for that shit again. If you want to know where the Athletics are versus right-handers, obviously better. They're only hitting 233. They still strike out a ton at 32.1%. Feltner, this is another guy where I thought they posted the number. Is it still at 5.5? I just thought they posted the number too high. Yeah, it's at 5.5. It is at plus money. That's your only reason you would take a chance at it, with the Athletics striking out at 32.1%. But that 5.5 was just a little bit too high of a number for me to quite get there. Let's see if FanDuel's got a different number, though. Yeah, see, they got 5.5 too at minus money. They strike out a ton. And Gomber, he was on it. He struck out 8 yesterday, 7, 8. He went through that lineup pretty easily. And they strike out comparatively the same righty versus lefties. They're, 32.1, and then versus lefties are almost down to 28.4. But it was at 30-something yesterday. Yeah, Rockies early 2. That's the play so far. Rockies early 2. It's kind of the same analysis as yesterday. Obviously the bullpen's awful. Gomber goes 8, but yet the game goes 12 innings, so they had to use their high leverage guys, even though Gomber, win 8 innings. So, yeah, probably the best play in that game is DraftKings up early too, to be quite honest. And what's their F5 team total? Is it 1.5 again? It's minus 160. Holy shit. It's cashed in the first inning 2 days in a row. We've basically been on it. We were on it with the Canning no winning pitcher and in the early 2. If we could find a pitcher that we don't think can get a win, I'd be inclined to add that to the card. Can I get Ben Brown not to be the winning pitcher? I don't give a shit if it's minus 900. I don't need many odds. Ben Brown, where are you at? No, of course not. They're not even giving you the odds on that AJ Smith guy either. Nobody knows what you're going to get out of him. Yeah, that you can't even get that at all. I'm going to come back to this Rockies team total if I can find a guy that's not going to be the winning pitcher. So far, Andrew Heaney looks to be the best goddamn candidate. Or just, I can't do Joey Estes. I can't parlay the same thing. That's in the same game. Otherwise, I would do Joey Estes. A 9.3 ERA. Are you kidding me? Yikes. Yeah. Rockies early 2. Best play. Blue Jays and Tigers with an over-under of 7.5. Blue Jays minus 105. Tigers minus 115. When we talked about the look ahead, I think we were pretty spot on with how we thought this look ahead would look. Tigers look better on paper. Blue Jays actually don't look all that bad. Their weighted runs created is 126. OPS is 781. They hit 261. They're not going to strike out at 15.8%. They're going to draw a lot of walks. I liked the over when I saw this and I saw 7.5. Gosman's not been great by any stretch. He got lit up a couple starts ago by the Twins. Bounced back pretty good, but with the way the Tigers hit, number 1 offense in terms of batting average. Tigers, number 3 weighted runs created at 135. Tigers, number 3 OPS at 830. Great bounce back spot for them, facing a right-hander as opposed to the left-hander yesterday that they faced in Reagan's. I like the over 7.5. I have bet the over 7.5. I got it at minus 110. It's basically the same thing now, minus 112. I could see that one getting added to the card. I like it. Bullpen-wise, it struggles. It's struggling right now. Both of them hovering around about league average. Nothing that would put me off of an over. That's for sure. To get me off of an over, you got to be like both top 10 bullpens to get me off of an over, and you don't have that here. You got both of them sitting about league average. So I like the over 7.5. That'll be the best play in that game. Give me the over 7.5. Orioles and White Sox with an over-under of 8.5. Orioles minus 225. White Sox plus 185. Throwing Mike Clevenger. You can see there on the screen that I've got a bet officially in this game. Him to go under 4.5 strikeouts. What is that price right now? Now it's minus 110. Yeah, it should never have been plus money. Are you kidding me? Orioles, they ain't going to hit the ball. I can tell you that. But they're not going to strike out at 16.9%. So it's going to be good, productive outs. And you always have that, possibility because they have a lot of left-handers in their lineup. And Clevenger, who is just god-awful with a 5.5 ERA and a 1.85 whip, that they can absolutely crush and demolish this guy. Now, he's only stayed under 4.5 Ks in one of his 3 starts. But his 2 misses were both on the hook, and you gave it to me at plus money. Of course, I had to take a chance at a 16.9 strikeout rate. That was, with all those left-handed bats, only striking out at 16.9. That's a no-brainer bet, and I can live with the result because the numbers look great in terms of that strikeout prop. But I wouldn't take the Orioles on anything full game, right? They continue to scuffle against right-handed pitching. Lost both games yesterday against the Cardinals. They're just not hitting the ball. So I don't know who the hell is taking the Orioles today at minus 225. And I hear you, it's Clevenger, and I hear you, it's Rodriguez. But the hitting stats get nowhere near a justification of minus 225. So don't do that. Find a prop within this game. Again, I think strikeout obviously is by far, certainly the best one. Yeah, I mean that's not even a contest. And the White Sox have a good bullpen, right? Oh yeah, yeah. That bullpen's good. Baltimore Orioles bullpen is still good, as we've kind of talked about. It's still sitting in the top 10. White Sox bullpen is flirting top 5. They're like neck and neck. I'm gonna go. Ooh, that makes that over under tough though with Clevenger on the mound. Did he face them last year? Just out of curiosity. Curious if he faced the Orioles last year. What happened? 6 innings pitched, no runs. Wow. 5 strikeouts. Well, don't do that today, buddy. He ain't going 6 innings of clean ball. That shit ain't happening. Could. You're hitting below the Mendoza line. I don't know. That was tough. It's White Sox probably run line at plus 120. Hold your nose. I hear you. Hold your nose. I get you. Clevenger's bad. You're way behind it from a starting pitching advantage, but you're on it from a hitting standpoint. You're on it from a bullpen standpoint. White Sox run line will be the official bet in that game. So I think we've definitely concluded Rockies is the best play for the early 2. We'll go right back to the well. Treating us good. I'm wondering if I can find anything to parlay their F5 team total over 1.5 with. I just like to go to a pitcher to not to record a win. I like that angle. I could do Andrew Haney. If you throw him in there at minus 700, that gets you to minus 118. It's not bad. Yeah. What about... I don't know if I could do Clevenger, though, because you could see the Orioles struggle. You could see them obviously not strike out with the low strikeout percentage, but you could also see them not really hit the ball. So I don't know if I could do Clevenger, because then if it becomes a bullpen game, I want to be on the side of the White Sox. They've got the better hitting numbers. They've got the better bullpen numbers. So I don't think I could... I'd rather throw Haney in there, and I'm getting the better offense in the Phillies, the better bullpen in the Phillies. I feel much better throwing Haney in there than Clevenger. It's minus 118. See what you guys got in the comment section, then we'll do a look ahead for tomorrow, but that's where we're at right there. Any best bet for the F5? You love these F5 bets, Adrian. I love that. You like that angle? I like it. Okay. You're talking F5 money lines. Okay. Well, Phillies, for sure. Don't think you can go wrong with the Phillies. Rockies. Don't think you can go wrong with the Rockies. That's probably it. Like confidence. Like I said, the Mariners, it's gotten too tight. The Yankees have kind of lost their hitting advantages throughout this series. They still have it, but it's just not substantial like it was earlier on in the week. So the only ones I feel really confident are in Rockies, Phillies. What bet are you adding? Might add Rockies F5 team total. Parlayed with Haney to not be the winning pitcher. Minus 118. What's up, Tyler? What's up, man? What's going on, dog? What's up, dog? Sad to see how they couldn't hit yesterday. I know you're speaking from a fan, but it was more than to be expected. I've literally never seen a weighted runs created of -7 with a 0.89 batting. I know you're speaking from a fan, but that was anything but sad to see. That was about as predictable as it gets. But I hear you. You're speaking more from a fan, so I'm not mad at you. But yeah, that was pretty predictable. Or do I just stay with these two bets that I've got? Let's do the look ahead, and then we'll make a decision. What's this saying? Lucas Paqueta has been charged by the FA for attempting to influence the betting market. A Man City transfer target, likely going to be hit with a substantially long ban. It's alleged that he initially tried to receive a card in 4 games. Yep, you're going to go ahead and join Tonali and Tony and just ride the bench, because your ass is going to be suspended for a long time. And there goes your dream of playing for Man City. Bye-bye. That ain't going to last. See you later. All right, let's do the look ahead, and then we'll see if we're going to add this bet or if we're just going to roll with these 2 pitching props. But yeah, Rockies early too. That's the play if you've already got the promo. I apparently need to wait until noon again. And that game starts at 2:37, so yeah, I'll be good. I'll have 2 hours to bet it, so that's more than enough time. Or this Ben Brown. You know what? If I'm adding a bet and I like the Rockies offense and Joey Estes with that ERA around 9, WHIP around 1.8, I'd rather do this Ben Brown because that's plus 138. I actually need to lock that in now before we do the look ahead, so I don't lose that price. Because even if it's a personal bet, I want that plus 138. I need to slap a unit on this real quick, and then we'll do the look ahead. Did I just have 3 K props on the card? It's not a Nerfy. It's not a Thursday, and it's not a Nerfy, Tyler. I know you were happy to see no Nerfies on the card, or at least one singular Nerfy you were happy not to see. I had 2 consecutive Thursdays. That tripped us up. All right. There's a unit on Ben Brown. It's still sitting at minus 138. Well, let's do this look ahead then. I think one of those 2 plays is getting added. I'd like to have 3 plays on the card too. I'd like to get an odd number so you can go 2 and 1 and pull some profit. But I think those 2 pitching props are hitting. But anyways, let's do this goddamn thing. I mean, I'm just looking at Ben Brown's numbers. Just going over it one more time. Plus 138. I'm gonna hit Google and try to find out if we can find out how long he's pitching. All right, what's the look ahead for tomorrow? Atlanta doesn't have a starter, but if you read the reports about them pitching AJ today, they're going to throw Devin Vines, who's in their bullpen right now. As long as he doesn't get used today, it's going to be Devin Vines tomorrow up against Bailey Falter. Either way, the Braves are scuffling. Like, they're just not a bettable team right now. Strikeouts, maybe, but that's just because of the Ben Brown short usage. But, yeah, they're not a bettable team right now, so lay off of it. Blue Jays in Detroit. Oh, here's Alek Manoah. Give him credit. Tip of the cap. But now you're going up against the Tigers team that is raking right-handed pitching. Could be a nice spot for the Tigers tomorrow. I like it. Now, that being said, I would still like the over again, just like I like the over today, because they're throwing Matt Manning. You won't see 7.5 tomorrow. You'll get 8.5, but I'll still like that. With 2 bullpens, about league average. Yeah, I like that. Mariners and Nationals. George Kirby up against Mackenzie Gore. Well, we know that Mariners don't hit left-handers, but they just don't strike out. Yeah. So we were on the under. So Mackenzie Gore should have a nice day tomorrow. Probably stays under his strikeout prop. Royals and Rays, to be determined for the Rays. So we'll just skip that game. Dodgers and Reds. Paxton up against Ashcraft. I mean, Dodgers are another one of these teams that just kind of aren't bettable right now. You see them get shut out last night. We've talked about it. The reason why we haven't put the Dodgers in any capacity on the card in a week. They're full on scuffling. And what are the Reds doing versus left-handers? Oh yeah, that's a Reds money line play. And the bullpen is advantage to who? Who's the bullpen advantage to? Dodgers, but not huge. But to be fair, it is an advantage for the Dodgers. Reds F5 money line tomorrow will probably look pretty damn good. Probably get it at plus money, so probably take a stab at that. Brewers and Red Sox, righty and a righty. Probably an over. Giants and Mets, a lefty and the righty. I'm pretty sure the Mets are scuffling versus left-handers. League average. And the Giants are good, versus right. But Tristan Scott's been pretty good in his own right. It could be a tough game. Orioles and White Sox, Burns against Flexen. I mean, carbon copy analysis of today's game with 2 right-handers. No real change. Rangers and Twins, 2 righties going. Pretty sure the Twins grade out better. Oh, no. Oh, no, Twins suck. That's right, from yesterday's Nursey, whatever. Yeah, Twins are awful. So are the Rangers, to be fair. They're awful, too. But Jose Urena is really bad. God damn. That's a tough one. Cubs and Cardinals. Emmy Manga up against Mykolas. Emmy Manga's been good. Second shortest odds for the NL Cy Young. Yeah, that's a tough one. Phillies and Rockies. Lefty and... I think Ty Blatch is a lefty too, right? Yeah, you're a lefty too. Man, the Rockies are going to see consecutive left-handers in a row. I love that. Because any right-handed dude they want to pull off the bench in a platoon situation is now going to get 2 games in a row. I really like that. What do the Rockies do versus left-handers? I don't think they've seen a left-hander all series against the Athletics, have they? What do they do versus left-handers? Ooh, scuffling big time. Ooh, below the Mendoza line. Ooh, Phillies tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Phillies tomorrow. That's the play. Guardians and Angels. Logan Allen, left-hander, up against Pablo Sandoval, left-hander. Let's take a peek here with both teams having an off day. Stats won't change all that much. Where the hell are the Angels? Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah, that's right. From the series with the Astros. They're really good versus left-handers. So are the Guardians, though, too. That's going to be... Oh, man, that's going to be an over. That's going to be it. If the bullpens are good, a full game over. If the bullpens suck, just an F5 over. Yeah, Guardians bullpen's good, man. God damn. Could just be Guardians team total, something like that. Yeah, either an F5 over or Guardians team total. I like that. Astros and A's. Verlander up against Stripling. Yeah, Astros are going to have the advantages. I don't even need to look that up. Marlins and Daybacks, a lefty and a righty going. What are the Diamondbacks? Are they humming versus lefties? I know they cooled off. Ooh, they've cooled way off. Ooh. That makes that one tough. And then the last game, Yankees are apparently headed to San Diego tonight. Carlos Rodon up against Yu Darvish. Well, the Padres suck against left-handers. We remember that from the other day. And the Yankees, they hit right-handers. Probably be on the Yankees. Bullpen-wise, actually, bullpen's going to be tight. Actually, bullpen will be a Padres advantage. So it'll probably just be Yankees F5. It'll probably be juicy because it's the Yankees, so it makes that one tough. All right, let's lock in. Let's go do some research, see if I can find out some information here on Ben Brown. That's all I'm going to do left, so if you care to drop, have Have yourself a great day. I am going to sit here and try and figure out if I can try and predict. I'm going to try and predict how long Ben Brown is going to be in this game. And if I feel comfortable that I can research it and find a couple innings, I think I'm going to hit it. Need a Nerfy. What's up, Carlos? Need a Nerfy. Best Nerfy of the day? Let's find it. Best Nerfy of the day? I mean, can you stomach a Nerfy and Braves Cubs? Because that's probably the best one of the day. It's a tough one to stomach. I hear you. Probably the best one. The best one though. All right, let's get a look at Ben Brown. How deep you going here, Brownie? Ben Brown starting Thursday. I'm gonna try and. Oh, here you go. Here's a guy that follows the Cubs. Let's see. What's his job title? Oh, okay. Ben Brown will have a solid 3 innings. What the hell is this dated? This is dated today. He's gonna have a solid 3 innings pitched. This guy looks to be just a fucking fan. Yeah, I think you're just a fan. You're not anybody worth a damn. You're no different than me. No. Let's see. Who can tell me how long Ben Brown is pitching in this ball game? Oh, they've got Kyle Hendricks moved into the bullpen. That's what they're going to do. They're going to throw Ben Brown for a couple innings and then go to Kyle Hendricks, who just got moved to the bullpen, and he hasn't started since that Friday against the Pirates, the Paul Skeens game where he got rocked by the Pirates. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. I bet they go like 3. I bet they try and do 3 innings out of each guy. Just go one time through the rotation. I bet he does pitch 3 innings, and then Hendricks comes in for 1 turn, 3 innings. I bet that's what they're going to do. So can he get a strikeout an inning or less? You know what? I don't take strikeout props that are higher than 20%, so I'm going to lay off of it. But I put some personal cash on it. I'm going to stick with the 2 plays I got on the card, and that's it. That's all I'm going to roll there, boys. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm going to do. Just stick to those 2. Ben Brown's going under. Ben Brown's going under. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah. All right, I think. What time is that Cubs game? Man, that one just sticks out like a sore thumb. 1 o'clock. And what time do my bets go? 1 in the nightcap and 1 in the day cap. I don't know, boys. I'm going to leave it there. But I'm really enticed by Ben Brown and a 3.5 Ks plus 138. See what happens. All right, boys. We'll call it there. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll see what these look aheads. We'll see how they see how they look when we are sitting here tomorrow. If you've got that early 2 promo, I would use it on the Rockies again. Otherwise, we'll just roll with Haney under 5.5 Ks, minus 125 over on FanDuel. Clevenger under 4.5 Ks, plus 110 over on DraftKings. Not a lot of line movement on both of those, so I think they're both still playable at FanDuel, and I think the other one's still playable at DraftKings at minus 110. So, all right, thanks for the hang, boys. Enjoyed today's baseball game today. We'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. See you guys.